And now to the latest developments in the Boston Marathon bombing investigation. In a press conference earlier today, Mayor Michael Bloomberg and Police Commissioner Ray Kelly confirmed that suspected bombers Tamerlan and Dzhokhar Tsarnaev targeted New York City, and more specifically Times Square, as the site of their next attack. Dzhokhar Tsarnaev revealed this information to the FBI late last night, claiming his brother intended to, quote, party in the New York area. Dzhokhar changed his story and told them about a spontaneous plan to travel to New York in order to use the remaining explosives. But that scenario did not go as planned after the owner of their hijacked car escaped and called the police. The latest news comes on the heels of potential failures in the U.S. information sharing systems. A federal audit conducted back in January warned that systems in their current form would not prevent a terrorist attack. The audit labeled the systems themselves as high risk. Now, the issue of communication has been thrust even further into the spotlight as reports continue to surface of multiple warnings issued by the Russian government, prompting the U.S. to place suspected bomber Tamerlan Tsarnaev on the terrorist watch list. Back in Moscow, the Russian President Vladimir Putin gave his perspective on the bombings, calling for closer cooperation between the two countries.
Common Americans are not to be blamed. They don't understand what is happening. Here I am, addressing them and our citizens to say that Russia, too, is a victim of international terrorism. I was always appalled when our Western partners and the Western media labeled terrorists who committed bloody crimes in our country as insurgents and almost never as terrorists. These groups received intelligence, financial and political support, sometimes directly and sometimes indirectly. We said declarations merely proclaiming terrorism a common threat were not enough. We must get the job done. Those two have proven our position all too well. Some U.S. politicians, not U.S. leaders, are even attempting to announce Dzhokhar Tsarnaev a prisoner of war. Are they out of their minds? What kind of POW is he? Do they fight this civil war between the North and the South again? It's just nonsense. I'm saying all this not to apportion blame, but to call for bringing the U.S. and Russia closer together to resist common threats, of which terrorism is one and most dangerous. If we truly join our efforts, we will prevent such strikes and such losses suffered.
We'll keep you up to speed on the investigation as it continues.